It's all glitz and glamour from a distance.
Thinking,
It's all glitz and glamour from a distance, but it hasn't been easy. Before I could just get a break,
how about relationships? Have you ever in the industry?
Can I drink to this?
Wine station.
I feel like that's
Welcome to another episode of Dine and Dialogue with Lerato, Molefe. We're out at Sabor's once again because our friends here decided that they love having us so much, they actually offered for us to come back and shoot another episode. And of course, we did exactly that. Joining me today is a very familiar face, and familiar not only to you but to me as well. I know her, too well, I feel. So I'm not going to have a episode, but I'm hoping that it will give you a chance to know a bit more about her and her journey in the industry. If we do in okay, I don't like soccer. She's the only girl that I know that loves soccer that I get along with, and that is Uchichi Nkosi, Miss Fezile herself. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I don't like soccer.
I know, hey?
And I don't understand why you love soccer.
Ask me.
That's literally like your claim to fame.
To fame, yeah. The claim. Is it fame already?
I'm okay. I'm okay. We've been knowing.
No, man. Football, man. I think it's one thing that obviously people started recognizing me with, obviously on social media. I think that's, like you said, my rose to being known. I hate using the word fame. Being known to the public and the like. So yeah, man, football has been part of my heart. But then as time goes, man, like we evolve as a person, and then you get to grow and love sports as a whole. So yeah.
Okay. I guess we are going to ride on your rise to fame or your claim to fame.
Yeah.
The reason that you are known by many people, and it is, of course, your love for football. There's actually room for you to take your love and turn it into work, basically. Yeah. When was that? Who were you looking up to also? Yeah.
It's funny because starting from where, if I have to go back a bit, it was in high school. Yeah, when it's school, whenever they do this life orientation classes where they say, what do you want to be? To be honest, when I wanted to be a vet, I love animals so much. So it came to a point of time.
Two things I don't understand.
It's funny. It's because of the way I used to love animals. And I was like, I wanted to be a vet. But I think in grade 11, everything changed because endly, almost every day. And I didn't like football by then because like many of my kids, whatever adventures I want to watch, and people would be coming these derby things, you understand? Okay. That's how I grew to love the sport. And I had to sit down with my dad one day. I was like, I support this team.
It was because of who?
Was your dad? My dad, my mom, everyone. We are all sports fanatics. So it's in the family. That's how it actually started. And then I participate, in sports, this and that. But mainly because of being Tanzania researcher more about the teams, because there's a specific team we see Tanzania and be good team. Good and by the times glory days cool. So I knew each and every detail about the team, every player's side.
So you're talking about the team.
You see, they were still in their glory days by then. So very don't be able to team shame. So but I can't say I'm gonna get picked for that. People are like, I started small.
All right.
But what I like,
at home, my home is dominated of women. So I didn't grow in a household So I guess that's why I don't have any background with your sports, your soccer or whatever. But then I used to visit this cousin of mine, and it's almost like but then it was so bad to a point that I remember the dad Pirates. Okay, but he's gonna go out wherever, but funeka sati la endlini upcoming again, because then you know that funeka siye kamereni angakabuyi.
Yo.
Yeah, he's not gonna like any of you, whether you team or whatever. That's how passionate
the guy was.
people are. I think that's where I felt like I don't like this thing. I don't like this thing. So did you have that kind of passion going on? Ekagin to say, my way, in case the chiefs Papa Velenje
Nah. I think because endlini it was one team that was supported.
Yeah.
So bantu labani I think back in the days bekude kahle ma TV. So ekhaya bebantu siyohlala ngaya khabo bani. Dabi sana area kuhlala kugcwala. So there is our neighbors bama hold their sports fanatics, they love Pirates. Ngalana so kuyahlangana kuyamixwana. We know ukuthi kuyophunywa kukhulunyelwana vele. But my dad was never that type. He would get angry for that moment ukuthi mhlambe bani, you know, those people be feel ngathi kudlala bona. So we never really had that. So because my Liwe song we would feel the pain, my Winnie we all enjoy. And it's no. It always been, I think those days ngiyafisa ukuthi ngathi angabuya where we get to watch and entertain with this football things that endakala like now sibuya ku derby. Ngiyafisa ukuthi ngathi phaka ngavula ukuthi sihlale sihlangane as fans and just watch and don't have to fight at the end of the day because football it's about uniting instead of silwe and understand. But yeah ekhabe kude lokho ke and at the end of the day man nami ngangena njalo ngathola nami sengiyamanga ngiyanhlanhlatha manje sengihamba ama ground I'm like sengimi loyo sengifuna amajezi ebhola because now I understand the sport better. That's where I think a lot of people were like ngibani lo sesi lona hey lo ntombi tani ibhola bekude le player lisayinako mina to Kaizer Chiefs that I didn't know about. I knew everything about the team ukuthi ilog imenjani ma points bengibhala mangisesikoleni net I remember I was doing matric bengibhala ilog yonke from A to 16 number 1 to 16 ukuthi la hleli so ngibani nabantu abasuspendiwe like I was literally being obsessed. I'd put it like that. I was obsessed. So yeah, that's how actually I grew to love the sport.
Now let's come to you using your love and making it a job. Before and see who were you looking up to in that aspect. When the 1, 2, 3 when it comes to the love of the game and you felt like, you know what, I actually can do that or I want to do that.
I think realizing after Gucci, I think because you'll get compliments from people like, you know, you have a great voice, why don't you try radio? It slipped my mind like, no, I'm not them, they just love the sport. But then because back in the days, Bafati, Beba Yeko that much more into the sporting thing, Beba Yekonje. So by Bisbugela Carol, you know, Carol Shabalala, by then Carol Manana, by then Bisbugela Carol. So Carol has been the lady revealing TV, but being a click as yet, I want to see myself there because me bank sang a call up on me, give me in my mind. I was like, meaning Lanzalanje Ipola. Yeah, but understanding industry, you have to be like versatile. You need to be all around with the sporting course, not just only football. So again, I was like, guys, like, low, I don't mind. Until time went on and I started developing the love. Maybe I should give myself time, do research. And obviously, you researching sport as a whole. When then I started getting more interest also in rugby. And it's funny because in high primary, I played rugby. I was a scrum half to love to this day. And I was like, I didn't know what was happening. I'm sports. I did netball, which was funny. I did ladies soccer, being defend. At some point, being goalkeeper, which is funny because yeah, I did. I was a scrum half.
What is
sort of like with Mountain Climber or midfield or something else. But it was funny because we spent and by then sports begin to lay entertainment to call it. You understand? Lerato, when you're laughing, I was not like this.
You have to be big.
You know, I was not that big boned. I mean, I'm big boned by nature.
Yeah.
But being a cost just we could see so but yeah. But no, it was fun. I think I played maybe 1 year or 2. But the thing is, I know I played. At least I think I tried to defeat and somewhere there. My medals that I got. I mean, sports are cool. I think because being in a ball.
Is this in secondary?
Primary level is what I did. I didn't do anything in secondary. Secondary, I wasn't cool.
You just developed the lab.
I just developed the lab. Yeah, I like cool. I'm very to Saba, and then I started now getting more into things. I went to school. When I came back, that's where maybe I should do this radio thing. Ihamba njani le ndwe yabona sebakutshela basilasi sasibuki akufuneki ube bias so wena ubiya kuthanza bo Chiefs bakho le lana awukumelanga ube bias and I needed to let the love go and please believe me to this day I'm so deep into that following of the teams. I mean, I laugh today if they lose. I celebrate a winning team. I'm like that, and I love.
No, but Ufevan. No,
I grew up supporting Kaizer Chiefs. I'll be honest, yeah. But at this point,
I write this very
Bafana Bafana.
No. But it nationally.
Nationally is Bafana Bafana.
No,
like South Africa, Betway, Premier League.
Yeah.
Any winning team. At least we can. If Pirates win, I'm supporting. It's okay.
I know that.
But I told you,
like that. I'm not a soccer person and whatnot, but I know that it doesn't work like that. Ufevan.
I think it's support a winning team. You know what? I grew up supporting Kaizer Chiefs. I'll be honest with you. I still stand there. But with my supporting, I'm okay. Yeah.
That's the only thing that I was looking for.
Questions, yeah.
That's the only thing that I was
no, Chiefs all the way. I'm Nkosi, but I'm not a biased person. What I like about me, because of my profession, vele angisanandzaba vele mina ngiyahleka vele bashayiwe last weekend I was watching. No, phela some people get emotional, bro. Like angisakhona go deliver tindzaba ukuthi vele sekufuna ngikhulume ukuthi mina ngishayela tandla yonke team lewinaka. I'm like, no, this is good, yeah.
Okay. Now, speaking about your profession,
this
is now the one thing that we do have in common, and that is the radio fraternity.
Yeah,
I know that it's very hard. Yo, that's one space that is. But yeah, I do know that that's one space that is so difficult and it tests you. And unfortunately, there's that thing, the public doesn't know it for what it really is.
Yeah, that's
true. You kind of have the responsibility to present to the public what they think it is. But yeah, I challenge it from the beginning. How did you start radio? When?
It's all glitz and glamour from a distance. It's all glitz and glamour from a distance, but it hasn't been easy. Before I could just get a break, but even if I do for a weekend, until somehow I met Given Ngwamba.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just have to mention him because he's the guy who actually put me through this stream.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
I actually have a funny story with Given. Shout out to you, Given.
Shout out.
When I first met him, I think he and I met at an online radio somewhere.
Oh.
When we met. Yeah. When we met for the first time, he was introduced to me like, okay, this is so Evan, he's gonna be the producer. Okay. By Saturday, they put us in a room and they're like, y'all are gonna put together 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, say, I don't even know what it is. It was so crazy. I have never experienced anything like that with anybody in the industry or even outside.
Yeah.
But I think 10 minutes was enough. Me and Given were cussing at each other. Literally, loud voices.
Yeah.
What we were heard in the other room.
But already.
It was like, F you. And it was like, hi bo, bangani sebaya kokota.
Guys.
And it's crazy, but from there, we had the best working relationship.
I remember.
Yeah, we had the best working relationship.
Now that you mention
but
it,
I don't forget that day.
It was what was happening.
And it was so out of character even for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out.
I think we've all been out of character at some point. So yeah, Given brought me in online radio back in Malilan. It was WhatsApp radio.
Yeah.
For me, somebody took me there in Fankona because they are the way there was. As I've said, I don't want to talk a lot about that, but I was coming from school, right?
Yeah.
So, but okay, fine. The only opportunity I got was through Given.
Yeah.
So that's where the doors opened for me. And they had to doubt us now when we move forward because that's where when it was English based to understand this WhatsApp radio. So it was I think that's why I trained myself with him go radio because given engineering wise the other side, but then I will present a sports show but just my passion is here and they gave me a chance. Best believe that's where I learned almost everything me one because I had no producer. It was just me when show me sports on specific days and yeah, man, I grow from there. So amongst Lapo, I was also discovered by I have to also give mentions to I come a long way with him. Hi, brother.
All these people that you're mentioning,
you know them. History.
I have high story.
Exclusive ones. So yeah, I met Smusiso. Smusiso came in through because we sent an invite. Was being when I'm saying go through the academy. So by then. So when I invite out with the boys, now I'm excited. This is my first big one that I'm doing. And people, you know, my social media is power, man. Like I'm stream alone. Whether you understand, people didn't mind wasting data back streaming because excited. But no, you've got the voice. What is you know, Chichi? I love your voice. I feel like your voice has this thing. I have my awards coming up about September, October for this boys. Would you mind coming and be my red carpet host? I was like, really? I said, I know my TV will be there. You'll be like, oh, okay. Me being excited, this is my first biggest break, whatever, to do TV, whatever. But I was excited. They were in Twane, La AATU team. Man, best believe I came there. I came to Twane. We did that in 2017. Sawenda my awards, Sawenda, and then they were awesome. That's where now saying I expand them. 2018, I went to Barberton Community Radio Station. I mean, again, I'm a dropout in the university, guys. Like, honestly, you know the way it read in I drop out twice.
Yeah.
And I'm not proud of that, but something I'm working on. Because there is a part where you like, no, this is what I want to do. And then for school, enjoy this thing so big. And then they end up, you understand? But I'm like, because if you call it, I'm like, nah, this is not for me. And then when this fast, when they start acting with you, like, this is not meant for me. And then I went on to go to APCR. I hold them auditions. And again, they had the biggest broadcaster. I went for auditions. They had a clue who this is because of that particular ordinary station. I was at UMP by the time. So I my auditions. My auditions, but since full time Monday to Friday. English. We have a protocol to 40% English and then 60% Siswati. In the morning we have to have English. So we need an English sports presenter. That's I say no more. I auditioned and I passed the auditions. I started working. Best believe BCR will still make it stand out because it's one of the biggest radio station, community radio stations that taught me radio, that they actually now living now. Bangenda reviewer back and then I went back. I learned in college vele ngiyafunda kahle bekufuna ngabakhipha ama certificate at the end of the year ngafunda. That's where I've learned the do's and don'ts of radio ngahlala. And then I think I got sick in 2019 I got sick somewhere in 2019. I was not okay. I had to and then I dropped radio from that particular moment because basically physical I was not going to be able to do it. And then I focused on other things that I had to do on the side, and my mom was still there. Time my mom asked me, no,
I actually wanted to ask you about that because we are kuluma man busy.
I'm telling you about the general
in and out and whatnot. Where are your parents in that? How do they feel about that? Because I know that, you know, it would be different if you come out, okay, this is a qualification that I got, I'm standing radio, not. But out of nowhere, you're like in your audition and you're in that.
They wanted to do teaching.
Yeah.
I think I did third year. I'm like, Mom, in this fight, I sang fun to me. Yeah, I dropped out. And they're probably my third year in a Puma. Mangbu, yes. Yeah, and his first couldn't fund me anymore. And they couldn't even. So I was like, nah, but I will go back. I was like, when I was supposed to go back, I never went back. I was like, UMP, you go, you know, me never get to shame. I don't like for me, I feel like I'm not looking at the album shame.
But do you feel like Begugu was told to, or
I was just I was not belonging there because my uncle once told him, "Good say, don't learn your born and good say she's literally different from every child that you have see for a guy." Different. Life is different. She's not meant for this space. What mentioned Nemisa. Lisa fig Nemisa. And then fucking screen no after. And mom didn't know about that banjan. But they kept on persisting. And what I love about my parents is that they supported the dream. But bangana show uyosebenzaphi uyoqashwa phela amalanga kufuna buhlobo this and that, you understand? But what I love is the fact that they supported it. Babanginike imali hamba kula audition yakho bara bengisebenzela ndoda bengithanyela libale whole day and make sure ukuthi ngiyaliphikisa lithuli but isebenzela ufuna kuhamba, you know, and I love that about my parents because they supported the dream. And yeah, when I joined these radio stations, my dad was still alive, my mom was still alive. I said the PCR was still there. Unfortunately, with my dad, he left before my mom, and when he left a void. Nasa what a good chichi star. What is she doing? I understand. Though I had a job, then I joined the Orlando radio station la in a sport after my dad's passing. Right. You're the one the one you basically know. I joined that one. You know, with the hope you're going to, you don't want to, I often lose the sparks radio.
I was the one who actually headhunted her for this particular radio station.
Just to that.
There's nothing to cheers about, but yeah. That one was on me. I
remember because we spoke before even everything, but me ngifuna lokuthi angifuni lose leya ndvo manje ukuthi nginayo for radio. I still want to do radio more, and bengafuna okay mangifika hayi ngiyafika bro yabona ithambo le radio ne uma lingakuphelelanga. If there are people that like it, and they just got it. Mina guys Nkosi le industry lena, and
is this because of this particular?
No. That was better. That was better. For me, I feel like no, in terms of whatever, but I feel they were better. But we are somewhere better. Remember, mina like
no. Did you wait? I feel like firstly we worked for Wiggle Tunes.
Yes.
Okay. We worked for Wiggle Tunes online radio.
Yes.
You mean to tell me that there's a place that you've worked that is better than Wiggle Tunes?
After Wiggle Tunes. No, they were not better. I mean they were worse than Wiggle Tunes.
They were worse than Wiggle Tunes.
Yo, guys, I've been in worse places. Yeah, in terms of also when you look at other things, you go like, worse than Wiggle Tunes, obviously. But you know,
I'm finding it so hard.
So serious. I'm telling you, I think, but also, man, with this experiences, what I've learned to go see, like you need to persevere. And at the very same time today, I'm like, no, I'm grateful. Maybe I went through these experiences. There was a time also where I took break, like a long break. I need to shut away from the industry a bit because it's a bit too much. I don't want to go back and forth. And 2022, some of the came to work for Mr. Nkosi, right? You know, guys, I came to work for Mr. Nkosi. Yeah. And coming here, man, someone else.
I wasn't here.
You were not here by the time. I came here. Apparently, there's a friend, Lindo. She was supposed to come and do something. And then she was like, no, I'm done with this thing. Can you go? When I came, when I started a channel, this is what they want to do, bang pray for whatever. I was like, no, I'm interested. But that time you broke, man. You just need to get everything started on and come back.
And when it comes to radio or the media space, sometimes being broke is not even about money. The fact that you're not in people's eyes.
You're not doing.
They don't remember your work.
Exactly.
That counts as being broke.
Yeah, I'm not content. Yeah. For when you mention yourself, she like. Something the balance at least I'm coming from Gobe Media, you have something the balance on the books. So for me, when I came to work this has been my greatest one platform when it comes to TV exposure to TV, for example, because what TV is all about, what it does, what it do. But I review every day after every day. I had my best experiences and bad. There were times I feel like I was being bullied here at some point. I feel like I've been bullied. But man, I think what I was ever about is that I never kept quiet about it. But it was
the thing of bullying also, I feel like we have to clarify that one so that people don't get misconceptions.
Yeah.
This was within
my colleagues.
Yeah, it was within your colleagues.
But we're cool now.
Not the boss.
Not the boss. No, not my boss. Not my boss. Whoa, this colleague of mine, and I'm so surprised because usually we're behind the scenes, so it's not here. But we're fine now. We're fine.
You know me now.
You know that you don't say. But we're cool, because when we meet during shoots sometimes, he's always there like, hey, wait, now I know police, you understand. Man, that was just that. And yeah, well, so but I just love the experience and the whole excitement part of it. Yes, we did.
Oh, why?
Because I told you, I don't want to order things that would give me allergy. I don't know. Those names made in there. You have to be careful when you pick those names. Which one? Which one has more meat?
That one.
Which one has more meat?
Mine is that one.
This one?
Yes.
This is mine. This one. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wanted a lighter meal. Yes. Thank you. So that's what happened. Also the enjoyment part about radio, man, Guti, it just makes you Guti ube out there. Your outreach is like people when they want to reach you, it's very simple. But social media and cars, but they never disappoint.
From a scale of 1 to 10, just looking, how do you feel
about the food?
Yeah.
I'd give it a 5, 6.
Yeah.
Just because I don't see mommy.
Yeah. I think those
like nishinyama
Wine
eh. I don't see.
Wine is nishinyama.
I feel like bas nishinyama. I can literally count this like
Oh, they can't tell me.
Please, like I can count this, but no, it's okay.
Okay, Chichi, njengoba usangchazela ngejourney yakho in the space, what do you think are your most cherishable lessons that you learned from everything that you've been through?
Number one, something that I've learned that I cherishable, perseverance.
Yeah.
And also being humble all the time.
Yeah.
Also, I think this one, it takes a cup for me. Being a team player, it's something that a lot of people don't actually look into it that much.
Yeah.
But being a team player really is one thing that I cherish, because langfia corner, I don't become a Miss Know-it-all.
Yeah.
I'm always willing to gel. I'm always willing to learn. I know. Yeah, but so being a team player also kind of like something that I cherish each and every day, because it's what I am. Okay. I am off.
You chose a site that is very male dominated, and this industry is very tricky. I know it's not just this one. But
yeah,
you know, favors here and there. People ask for this, and you know, tit for tat type of thing. How do you find being Chichi in the sports fraternity? Do you get the same treatment as the gents? Do you get your first preference or not? How does it work for you? Imagine. I don't even know why we're doing this, but yeah.
Being in the sport industry for me as a woman, it hasn't been easy at some point. But you know, guys, it will be a bad thing if I don't mention about David Samgete. The guy groomed me. Mostly your PSL, your international, but wrong groom about development and I mean the grassroots football part of it, which I actually got to enjoy because when I understand what APC Motipa, what is it all about. So 77 about David, strong because I grew a thick skin. If ungana thick skin in this industry, people will just whatever. But yeah, kubile lemzima here and there as a lady. Sometimes I'm being taken for granted because I'm a lady.
Yeah.
You are seeking for this, and also where you work, like unzima. You understand? But with all those experiences, you know, when you see no man, it's fun, it's part of life. You're not the only one. In fact, when you are a female, such things I feel like they happen, but you shouldn't allow it to happen. Men will all they are dominating the industry, and sometimes Baba this thing goes Lona, she can't do. You understand what we can do possible and but no man, I'm still here and I'm still grinding and doing better.
Have you ever had somebody request like your sexual favors and stuff?
No. I haven't came across it. Not as yet. I haven't came across such, and I think I've seen such stories before, and but I haven't came across it. I don't know. Maybe sometimes you know about these things, and I just played safe all the time.
How about relationships? Have you ever in the industry?
Can I drink to this?
What? I just want to know.
A relationship in the industry.
Yeah.
I'm one person. I'm very strong on I don't date at work, and I've never, to be honest with you, I've never had any relationship at work. No, serious. I've never. Well, sorry.
You've never had a relationship at work that you're willing to talk about?
I've never.
Okay. Only the one that you don't want to talk about?
No, there's nothing that I want to talk about. I've just never been in a relationship at work.
In the industry?
Yeah, in the industry, but not in the same space where I am. Like,
you've had a relationship in the industry?
In the industry, but not, I would say,
not in the radio fraternity?
The radio fraternity, yeah.
Okay. How did that work? I actually just want to know how it worked out, because I do know that as listening, people struggle in the industry because of the exposure. You get exposed to, well-known people. Sometimes you get to travel. Sometimes you get to work crazy hours and all of that. So I just wanted to know how it worked out for you.
I think, but ask me if I will do it again. I'll say no. But sometimes I feel like it didn't work out. It wasn't even about being understand. When you understand each other's schedules, so very busy. I'm busy, so I can't complain about time. I know where you are and all this, which is the nice thing about dating, probably in the same industry. It just didn't work out, man. And we're in a distance, but we're still in sport department together. But we're just in a distance. It just didn't work out, and I was like, nah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. And
from there, I vowed that industry, radio, TV, whatever.
You're not gonna.
No, I'm not there. I prefer to date outside of my space, outside of TV, radio. A normal person who's doing a 9-to-5 job for me will do by the time. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want you to share with me one of your best experiences or your best work in the industry. Like, what was, the highlight of your career thus far?
I'm always excited to pull off something great.
Yeah.
Even it can be an interview. Because I'm always assisted by my colleagues in the industry, not necessarily seminar, but it could be someone working for the public broadcast or whatever. But my details and my connection also can. There are people who are gonna call you. I make interview my legends at MTN 8. For me, that was a big one. And I had an interview with Jenny Jordan, South President 2019. My Mpumalanga Sports Awards. For me, that was big. Like, who gets to chat, have a chat, simple like that. A normal person, a person like me, common person like me, having a chat with South President, what are the plans going forward, this and that, you understand?
Yeah.
For me, that was the biggest highlights of my career. Doing these interviews with these legends, about Josadla, Brilliant Kuzwayo, they've came in through. I've done a lot. That's why I say she probably in the scarcity so far because my interviews, those are the biggest highlights of my life, and I think still today,
yeah.
You understand? Those are the biggest ones. Having to interview Jenny Jordan. I also spoke to quite a few about Cheers Galaxy chairman, which is Tim Sugazi. I also had to have conversations with who's this guy who plays for Kaiser Chiefs? Okay, I spoke to this person. And by the way, when I was at Wiggle Tunes, I'm the first person who brought in Kaiser Chiefs. You remember that?
No,
that's the biggest highlight.
I didn't care for it, so I don't remember. But yeah.
So yeah, man.
I don't think
you were still there. You haven't left. I left before you.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now, for every coin, there's a flip side. Give me your worst.
Oh. Mangsabenda Matsulu. There's a community station. By game, Ilan Lotigas keep up Sung 11, and we had
that
no
is
way.
FM.
And we had no way to sleep.
That is Ekasu FM.
Yeah, those are the way. About them, I think my experiences in Gabana. I'm stranded. and I didn't have a place to stay because bebasibhadale rent. So I must stand that I ngeke ngifuna beve ngami because ini behind the payment. And yeah, and it really got to because baskipha ngo-11 ebusuku. I remember eating sidla spaghetti, sidlele ebhavisi. Besikaqisi nokupheka kavutha kahle because we were I was laughing, guys. Like, to this day, we still get mocked about it and we laugh about it because it's an experience that we passed in. So, man, story some today, guys. That's why I mean, people feel like it's easy because cinemas post on social media, it's glitz and glam. Community radio is not easy, guys. If you get to community radio station, you need to be able to persevere. Because Axio, Sekayin, Napayana, we are there to get the recognition that you need to get. You need to get the opportunity if you told that recognition, then you go. If you need to persevere more because while you are within the space. But there's nothing you can do about it.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What do you think they do, like community radio stations? What do you think is the worst that they do? Because isn't it they're supposed to build and nurture talent?
Yes. Hey, to be honest with me, I'll still say this. I mean, I'd like to upload PCR for now. I think with the radio station I work in professionalism, I think most community radio station, they lack the professionalism part. There has to be meetings.
Yeah.
And if a community radio station doesn't have meetings regularly, if they don't talk, if they don't communicate, if things just happen, tomorrow you see a presenter, you don't know who this is. It's where everything starts getting wrong. But if there is a station manager, bonus present a station, there's communication coming from the office, there's this and happening, one PM does their job. For me, that's progress. Again, we can fault them here and there, but not everything. So I mean, very bizarre, very professional, some things, community-wise.
I do know that you went back there twice.
I remember, yeah, it's from the second time.
You're talking about the second time, the first time, or both times?
First time and now, still the same. They're still holding it down.
Yeah.
No, they can't be 100% okay. But it's perfect, but they are holding it down. And I'm not talking because I'm a corner, but I'm talking because even my former colleagues, I used to say, I mean, I feel like the fact that see, basa corner ba pass kuhlasa phansi siyayati board yethu ningayati board chairperson board. Okay. But this is our board chairperson. They do sit down with us, but what are your problems? The fact that we are able to voice out our problems to them.
Okay.
They can hear us, but still, okay, we'll make this change and this and that. For me, that's like, wow, this is what we want. If all community radio stations can do something like that, sit down to presenters, staff sakho nje masijwayele ukuthi ma meeting aba khona. You plan, this is the plan, which is very important. Yes.
Where did you earn your most? No, because you've been here and there.
Yeah.
Just
PCR.
Because I always tell people that alcohol and people around me don't believe me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they tend to not believe me and think I'm lying or whatever, So that's why I'm asking.
That's on community radio station.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being serious.
I think maybe that's why you then say they like.
Yeah, because even the decision of going back, it's not like I didn't try outside. I felt like the only place where I can feel safe and secured, I know. But this guy literally took me back when I had nothing, when I was down on my, nobody could actually look at me for that moment. But I said, no, we have a space for it. Luckily, they needed somebody by then. And just appointed a new station manager. And to happen, because I've 7 night before as a sports anchor, so I'm as a station manager. So easy to understand that I don't long 79 at least she's not gonna be a hard person to simple, so she's getting back to something like that. Mangbele PCR. For me, I think I remember. I think also the industry, the way Shupaka corner, it brought me closer to God, man. The way Shupaka corner, it brought me.
Once you start quoting Bible verses,
It brought me closer to God. To be honest with you, I brought me closer to God because literally,
yeah,
they gave me a place to stay. I was not paying rent to start with. Benkele Station, there are rooms there. Staying at premises at PCR.
Yeah,
I appreciated everything. That is why I will never forget them wherever I am. Like I'm home. They literally like come, stay. You understand? ngapha sekhaya ngakhululeka sekusekhaya vele bayathi nabo sestation lesichichi.
Yeah.
There's a back room of mine there that I'm staying in and in comforting with mangithola whatever I get it angibhadari rent.
Yeah.
So for me that was like no man, that's top notch and I still appreciate to this day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna ask you how much you are making. I'm not even.
But it's one of the reasons that paid me more.
Yeah.
Firstly, not more. Even I think in Gobe, it's similar to what I was used to get here.
It's fine. I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask what's the lowest that you've got. Guys, if you are interested in doing radio, entering this industry, these are some of the things that you need to look out for. You need to expect. You need to know that they happen. It's possible. Okay. And that's why I'm asking. And I'm asking only because I know, I've seen, I've experienced.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Give me the lowest. And I think I can guess, but yeah.
You want me to mention where?
Do you feel comfortable mentioning where?
No.
Just mention the amount.
1.5, 1,000 or something like that. Yeah. But I remember that when you were away, even whether you were sick or whatever, they used to deduct a 50 rand. So obviously I wasn't good.
Okay, now I kind of want you to mention where. Come on.
Why do you have to mention names?
You don't mention names, you just mention
No,
the station.
but you know.
Does the station exist?
No, it doesn't exist anymore. Yes, yeah.
Also, we are talking about wiggle tunes. So, yeah, I'm just putting it out. It was 1.5.
Not even 1.5. But I think it was 1,000. And I think because the 1,000 came about because Mungsele Commerce.
Oh.
So obvious, if you were staying around, it was never going to be there.
It was actually 500. And that's how bad it was. So that's why I'm surprised that, it was. And why do you think? Because I always have this thing with people that they start radio stations because they can. You know, I feel like radio stations for people who have money are like a hobby. A person will start a radio station because they have the equipment, they have the resources, whatever, and then call people to come through and put in their work. But in their mind, they take it as a hobby.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time when they used to say that you guys just come here and talk and go and go home. Like, it's not like you're working, you just come here and talk and go home. So that was the biggest thing for me, that people who are not invested in the media space, they don't really see the importance of that, really. What do you think can be done?
It's a matter of radio, man. Understand what the media, what radio is, what it stands for, what it requires of you. So I can't today go and open a radio station and then I know what it is. So obviously with that, I think it's because they had an idea. They don't understand. They've never had anything like that. They don't are familiar with the space of what goes around. You go see compensate when they're working for a radio for them to give in the work. Talking is a lot. It takes so much time. So you can't really say I'm here to just say kulum. But I'm talking, and this thing, if it works out, is gonna also help you. You understand?
Yeah.
So I feel like they should just understand people. When you call people, you must be willing to pay people. Yeah.
Right. Now we're gonna move on to things of the present. I know that you have been working hard. Firstly, why don't you have a podcast, Chichi?
Well, I tried it.
When?
Even last year.
Where?
Here.
Who was here? Because as far as I know, you coming to this place for the first time.
No, not here.
So where's here?
I tried. I feel like guys, I don't know those things. Maybe when second already. Because I tried there's iPodcast, the People's Eye. When initially it was launched, I was there, started. I think I have an episode late one. And then unfortunately, because guy that I work with, and he's a very good guy, genuine good. He's a journalist. The guy is an investigative journalist. His stories are way more deeper and he's doing very well. So I didn't want to come in and make, because my shootings are about they travel a lot. They're always away. So I felt like, no man, just continue, because I feel like now I'm gonna have a time. I'm gonna shoot. We are in Pretoria today. Yeah, well, so it's more like no. It's fine. If an opportunity knocks again, I can definitely take it. And I feel like maybe when the time comes, I now believe with customers the right time, everything will just fall into place, and I will definitely do it.
Are you a Christian? Are you a believer?
Yes.
Do you have a verse that has carried you through?
Through thing, yeah.
Yeah. Njengoba
Guys, no man, I'm a believer of being and he knows. No, manko no, every single day. I love Jeremiah 29 verse 11. It's a verse I feel like if I'll even tattoo that one. That one is part of my life everywhere I go. I believe because God has a plan for each and every one of us. But though some days are hard to believe in, that is why there's a song by Ukayam Tetra. Sometimes sometimes anguva, whatever what's going on, you understand? But mkhulu umsebenzi leka wendawo, you understand? So Jeremiah 29 verse 11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans not to harm you, but to prosper you." So I always say when I'm praying that I do not know whatever it is that Lord you are thinking of me, but I do know that whatever you're thinking of me is better than what I'm thinking of myself.
Yeah.
There were times where I felt like I'm giving up on this. This is not for me. I'm not getting to this. This is hard. But there's also a part of me that says, but God is there. Sometimes because when you see people like they get these opportunities, but then I understood angeke sonke prosperation in ngesikhathi esifanako kuyoba khona la whereby now you need to wait. I feel like with me now that everything is happening, I'm like God is just sometimes we are prepare because some of the blessings that he's about to deliver to you, they are bigger now those do mangal when he decides to bless you. So I feel like sometimes he prepped me for whatever that I've encountered in life. That's why today I'm grateful. So like with the monies today, but I'm grateful that I went through that.
You know, there's a meme on Facebook that I come across. I don't know, every now and again in Nigeria that says that one day everything is going to make sense. Do you feel like you're in a phase right now in your life where everything is finally making sense? Like, oh, I remember I went through 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and now the light bulb is like, this is the reason why this happened to you. This is the reason why you had to go through this.
Yeah, I think now everything is just making sense. Now I'm still trying to make sense of it even now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like kanjani. But I'm like, Marada is the God that I've been praying to.
Yeah.
And so I bless him, so I tell him kanjani like that is why like you will dine in a table with kings at the end of the day. Like Pam Gwebamvu, who people would never thought you would make it. There are people who obviously said she's done. I know I'm gladly accepted because the way that I'm in a good radio station. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not like when is my breakthrough? When am I gonna get a chance to just do this? But saying this I don't like I'm fully I'm gone. Whether it's a corporate job or whatever, I'm leaving. I'm just leaving the scene. Social media because I felt like my presence there is no longer needed. I'm known for this, and I'm no longer serving the purpose of social media because I'm giving that. So
I remember once having that conversation with you, and you were telling me that, you know what, I'm not trying anything anymore. I'm just done with everything. I don't see what is happening. You know, if the opportunity presents itself, I'm gonna have to leave everything. What would you say carried you through all of those days?
To be honest, I don't know, but I think going back to radio, kickstarting, I know what's like. No man is coming in.
Yeah.
No one is calling you. Oh, that thing. No one is calling you.
Yeah.
If we ring it, late. Spam calls. Yeah. And I'm at a space where I was like, I know how it's like. So when I took the decision, no, let me just go back to work. Do radio one more time. It was my last try. Last year, August, on the 6th of August 2024. Guys, let me go back. This is my last kick. Let me see which way will get me.
The last kick of a dying horse actually paid out for you big time.
It paid out, big man. Time. After nekhala,
akhuluma song ukuthi the kick finally paid out. Ngabe bengaka pay out sonke le speechless ngabe asikho ungidoje uze wavuma after the kick paid out. Ngikhandle kavuma ukuthi akuhlala nami.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm very grateful, man, with everything that's happening. Now saying about and I feel like maybe my plans army. I wanted to go to school. Yeah, I think they were not part of God's plan. That's why I was like,
and you did not consult with him to say,
I didn't consult. I just said,
what you want me to do?
I thought this year I'm going to school. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to come back here, send the qualifications, and then I start hunting for a job. Or maybe that side, very your employer wasn't going to wait. This is not what I planned for. When it's not remain like in Pomalans, you will still serve the province and you will serve.
Yeah. All right. So speaking about serving the province, what are your plans in a year or two? What are your plans in the future?
From where I am right now, because I haven't actually spilled whatever. From where I am right now.
So long,
with I think I've done a lot so far, and I've got a lot to show. And with the space that with the office that I'm about to take, I just want to work and to give out my best. And they didn't make a wrong choice. They mustn't regret their decision. Because obviously social media is exposed, and then I don't want them to regret choosing me. I don't want one day hey, so I want to work hard in the space that I'm in. I want to grow. I want to learn, build, and then eventually in future. But to be honest with you, my intention of the being in industry is not to stay sitting. Sorry, I think I've quite enjoyed. You spoke of fame, I said I'm not somebody who speaks about highly of fame like that. I mean, the media as to do what I love to do, but to be known, if there was a way of doing this job, but unfortunately it comes with the package. There's no way you can run away from it. Whatever you do now, people are looking at you. I mean, that's me. So, it's a matter of you're a public figure, do this thing in this manner. You have to present yourself in a very good way. But I'm very excited with the opportunity that I've taken right now. And so it's official.
Yes, public figure. As we are sitting and having this meal today, it is also in a congratulatory spirit because Nkulumanchi, Ms. Chichi, the sports lady, has finally made it through to one of the biggest broadcasters in the province. And of course, that is, I feel like you have to say it because
SABC, because
pirates.
Because it's pirates. Yeah, I've just joined. For me, I don't even know. I'll talk a lot about it. I'm just excited for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to work towards it, giving my best. But the plans are there, obviously, in future. In terms of more things behind the scene, I think I'm now more interested in that production-wise. Obviously, I'm now starting, and I also hear, it's gonna be interesting. I'm doing a weekend producing. I'm gonna be working with lovely people, and I'm excited because I'm gonna be working with people that I already know. I've met in the space. So it's quite gonna be more easy and interesting at the very same time. So I'm looking forward to see what it has for me, and I'm willing to respect the job. Just be a team player, like I told you. I think when you're a team player, it makes everything easy for everyone. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Because of time, we've had our meal and we've had our chats. But it's okay. I want you to look at your camera and talk to somebody because earlier on you made mention of the fact that there's not many women in the sports fraternity. I want you to talk to a young girl like right now who looks up to you, when the sports, and they also want to try out radio, try out TV, but go side to the sports. Now we're gonna little time for the sport. What are maybe the 3 things core that you feel like they need to have?
Okay, to each and every young person out there, I'll just say this once and I'll never repeat it again. I don't know if there's someone looking up to me, but if there is, I definitely give you my word, Uguti. If you want to be in the space that I'm in, fun. I'm trying to prepare you into. You may do something. I think the most important thing is understanding what you want to do, which is very important. Do you want to be a presenter that is biased or not? because if you want to be a sports presenter, your mind must be complex, be wide. You must be willing to learn other things, which is important. Doing your research all the time is very important. And also, I think it's part of the things that you need to keep to yourself and make sure it's in your listing of things. Mention some of the things that are hard in the industry. So is also one of the things. But also, English sports school, so we must grow with thick skin. Be a lady, grow with thick skin, and just do your best. Most importantly, confidence is key. Don't be too confident. It kills. It gets you dribbled on the way. But confidence is key. Just know your job and know what you need to do. Also, I think I should have to tell people, it's not all glitz and glam as you see it. It's just a matter of industry. Once you get an opportunity to do your level best and make sure you outshine, you do everything. Yes, time will come where you'll feel like, no, I don't want to do it. You'll try your fit, which is allowed. You can take a break if you want to, but when you come back, make sure you come back stronger. You do yourself a favor and do your job perfectly. I think that's all what I can say.
You know what? As we are talking right now about the confidence and that,
yeah,
it makes me want to ask you, how do you feel about stereotypes and expectations? Like, you have to look a certain way, you have to appear a certain way. Has that ever, made you feel some type of way in terms of your confidence when you have to show up, or has it ever put pressure on you? The fact that I'm not your typical slim girl, and whatnot. Has that ever contributed to?
It has. It has contributed so many times. But I think meaning I don't know what thing that I'm like confidence in but I've had that so many times because I used to believe that TV is for slim girls.
Yeah.
I used to believe that I can never make it. For me to be actually exciting in the space, you understand?
Yeah.
But as I grow into the industry and it's okay to be yourself. Like, it's okay to be a laid-back person and not love things too much. Because more like industry, I think all the time. It's not like that. So it has at some point it means that because meaning when I dress up according to my body.
Yeah.
Type was this how many I want guys like, come on, I'm big. And then you see someone wearing a crop top, you want to wear it to instead of so it's more like I've become comfortable with who I am, and I've become content with who I am, and I understand what meaning this is who I am. If you have a problem with me dressing the way I dress, it's your problem, not my problem. And I think young setup, because to this day I live by it. I don't have a problem. I'm comfortable. I'm okay, I'm comfortable. I'm not showing anything. I'm comfortable. Sharp. I live and proudly so, and I'll do everything. I know the dressing part, it's a thing, man. People want to do that. If I'm not comfortable in heels, I won't wear heels. I'll wear shoes that I'm comfortable in. But I know there is a certain way. But you need to be presentable. It's a professional space you're in. You need to look in this manner. But not but be expensive, be what? Just cares of and be presentable and do your thing. Pressure, guys. I don't like pressure. Pressure makes me to make mistakes a lot. So I'm full of mistakes. I've been past mistakes, so I don't love pressure. So be comfortable, be content with what you're wearing, as long as you're sharp. It's okay.
All right. There you have it from the sports lady herself. We had ourselves an episode, man. It's been a good one. And now, before Sivala, scale of 1 to 10, your salad?
I said a 5, right?
Yeah. The 5 was just looking, but then now
the eating. I enjoyed it. So I give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay.
I think because I love salad, so I think it makes it easy for me to say 7.
Yeah.
Chow the onion as well.
Very basic. For me, it was very basic. Something I could do at home.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about.
Anyway, so but it's
there was nothing to write home about. Even the chicken was just chicken.
Chicken, yeah.
Clean 5 is okay.
Yeah.
Right, we're done. This is today's episode of Dine and Dialogue. Once again, congratulations on your achievements.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you do big things. Get yourself that podcast, because we're ready to watch also.
No, definitely
in your own element.
Yeah.
So that is what I am saying to you now in front of everyone. I've been saying it. So get yourself that podcast, occupy that space, and grow, man. So yeah, that's it from us today. If you're wondering where we are, I did mention earlier on, we're out at Saboris. If you're looking for that Moors flavor, do come through and check them out. Very reasonable prices. The space is beautiful. You can come with your friends even if this is one place where you can chill and not be seen by anybody. It's great. It's that great. We're done for today. Like, subscribe, share. Come back next week. Peace.